Also, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Starseed. This is another collaboration. This time, the theme and topic: what new love and/or relationship is coming in your life? We're gonna dive into that. You might also already be in this, and maybe it's still new to you, and so we'll get into some of that as well. Because this is a collaboration, think of it as getting like one gigantic message and reading. Each one's a pick a card, so trust your intuition and discernment. Before I hop into this, let's round off the list. Other than myself, we have Fairytales and Cocktails, Cosmic Love 333, Pixie Dust Tarot, Velvet Cat, Cosmic Lunar Soul, The Abyss Tarot T.A.T, Mystic T Tarot, Mystic Star Magic, Triple Moon Goddess 1111, Gifted Soul 77, Karm Lexi, Your Intuitive Bestie, The Silver Empress Tatiana, Celeste Simone Tarot, Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and of course the lovely V Love and Tarot, also known as V Love and Crystals. The one who put all of this together. I also have two of her decks here that I will use during each of these pick a piles. So we have pile 1, 2, and 3. Before you make your choice, close your eyes, inhale for the count of 7. Hold the breath for a count of 7, and then slowly release it for 7. If you cannot inhale that long, count up to where you can and then follow through with that sequence. You can pause this video, do that as many times as you need to so that you can feel grounded, centered before you choose your pile. You may resonate with more than one pile, and that's okay. I always say see which one is calling you the most. That's like your main story. And then the other two are like additional informations to it, so look for the similarities between them. As always, trust your intuition, use your discernment. You are always responsible for your actions and reactions. I'm going to get into some pre-channeling for each one, then we're going to pull the dice, get into some charms, and have ourselves a party. Pile 1, you're up. All right, pile 1, welcome to your message. You chose this. Whoop, it's slippery, give me a sec. You chose this beautiful deck by Marek, which can be found on Etsy. As always, I put the links to the decks I use in the description if you're interested. We're going to roll some dice first and then get into the pre-channeled message. Let's see what the numbers are for your reading. We have 1, 1, 1, 4, 7, 18, wait, no, is that 18 or 16? Yeah, 18, which is also number 9, 2, and number 6. So, my loves, hopefully you can see. Oh, really? Well, you guys heard me say the numbers. Hopefully you can see the numbers. I'm going to put the dice out of the way. Lord, there must be another number that wants to come out. Let's see what it is. Number 10. 10 really wants to come out for someone. And another number 9 really wants to come out for someone. Mercury retrograde, expect glitches, but along with glitches tend to come messages. Pile 1. I feel, you know, we're in the year of the 6, and for some cultures it's the 9, for other cultures it's other things. You could say it's a 69. There's all kinds of jokes there. But in this time frame, while there are a lot of divine unions trying to come into existence, so are some counterfeits. So be prepared. If you're not yet in a connection, as the new love tries to come in, there might be energies that try to intercept that, get in the way, block it a bit. If you're in a connection that you're unsure of, not, there's a lot of things going in it that just aren't right, aren't aligning. Don't try to force a person that's really not your life partner, divine partner, to be. So if something's not working, there's a reason it's not working. Get to the bottom of that. And if that reason leads to being that they're just not the one, the quicker that you allow yourself to face that, heal from that, the quicker that new love, that right love, can come in. Now, I always say this, especially when channeling. You might have to listen to a reading sometimes more than once to really get it, especially when there's a lot of disruption in communication. I don't hold Mercury accountable for everything, though. Keep in mind, while Mercury retrograde's going on, it serves a purpose. And you guys have heard me say this over and over again every time we go through Mercury retrograde for my regulars, that it's really just a time to be more mindful of what you say, mindful of the choices that you make, and face truths and learn to communicate through any kind of challenge. So yes, it can throw things off a little bit, but it's not to blame for every little thing. However, to fix a problem, we must acknowledge a problem, right? So if we acknowledge we have an issue in communication, then we're able to fix what that issue is. And I feel like when it comes to new love, my darlings, that's very important. You have to be willing to listen to your lover, to just the same way you want them to with you, and to be able to receive what it is they're saying and let them show you how to love you, how they can translate their feelings to you in the same thing. Love language, it is a thing, but sometimes a lot of toxic traits get mistaken for love languages. And that's why you got to be careful when you get those counterfeits that come around, those karmics that come in. There are some karmic relationships that are completely avoidable, and you avoid them by paying attention, listening to your intuition the first time around. If by some means you know you missed it, you slip up, then in the process, when you're given those red flags, pay attention to them. They're there for a reason, love. Your guardians and your guides are trying to tell you something. The longer a karmic relationship persists, the more that it's saying there's a lesson you need to learn. You don't force it to persist. You learn the lesson and move on. If you can't, then you find yourself sometimes stuck in a loop, or you might end one relationship and then end up with someone else with a similar trait. So I feel like that's a message here in this group that's important to point out, is be mindful of either being in or possibly running into faulty love before that really grand love comes in. You know, we're just going to call them counterfeits. We're going to keep it simple. Let's go head on and see group 1. What can you look forward to in your new love? What new relationship is coming in to you? We have. Look at that. See if y'all can see that. Half truths. Now this could be not only the person's energy, but maybe for some of you, it's your energy. You might find yourself saying, well, the other relationships, I gave too much. I put a lot of effort in, maybe told a lot of my truths, and perhaps somebody you were with before used that against you to some extent. And so you're a little more weary now of just being so open. But here's the thing. If you omit the truth in this situation, if you only deliver half of yourself, do not expect whole of the other person. The year of Aquarius is 100% to 100%, not 50-50. That was the Piscean age. We are no longer in that. There is no excuse anymore for people to not see how abundant they are, and therefore how abundant they can be when it comes to love, both how they give it and how they receive it. Listen to that again, how you give it and how you receive it. So be very mindful. If you put out half truths, you're drawing in another person that can give half truths. It's not about radical honesty. I've pointed this out before. It's not about like, oh, every little tiny thing in my life needs to be shared and blah, blah, blah. It's not always that. Pay attention to what will be valuable and really important in the relationship. Now, if you're dealing with someone that you find to be shady, like they're only giving you one side of a story or covering something up, pay attention to those signs and that intuition, because that could be, like I said, that faulty energy that's trying to trick you in some sense or manipulate you into thinking, yeah, I'm the one. It's just you and me, babe. Like, we'll ride together, and then come to find out that was all a facade. That was all a lie. This might be due to, and I always point out, if that kind of energy comes in your life, where is it coming from? What might have taken place in your life, or what kind of relationships were you used to putting up with or growing up around that makes that seem normal to you? Remember, normal isn't always natural. It's just something that's practiced long enough that it appears to be. So we normalize it. Okay? So if you're used to like half truths in relationships prior to one that's coming in, then that's saying, hey, that's a karmic lesson that you need to learn from. Don't tolerate people giving you half truths on things that you need to know the full story to, but also be mindful of doing it yourself. Okay? So say no to half truths, baby. And remember, it's not about radical honesty, but honesty where it matters most in the relationships. And when we say radical honesty, we mean that, like, again, telling every little thing. Like, when I was 5, my dog ran into the attic. You know what I mean? Like, these things that really don't apply to your current, things that might even create more of a problem than a solution, because in hindsight, they no longer really affect you, or they shouldn't. But pay attention to those things that do. Like if you feel insecure in love, sometimes your partner needs to know that, and you need to pay attention to how they handle that. A person who really doesn't care won't be as open to that energy. This came up before in another reading and it's coming up again. So let me point it out. There was a woman on TikTok. Can't think of her name. But she was talking about her now husband, their first couple of dates. And on one of the dates, she told him, "Oh, ever since I was a little girl, I eat apples. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and go to the fridge and get an apple and eat it. And I've always done it. I never grow out of it." He thought it was cute. He was like, "Oh, that's cute." And she thought nothing else of it. Typically she would tell people that, and maybe they thought it was weird or they just disregard it. One night, they're, I think, at his place. Yeah, they're at his place. And she's like, no funny business because this is still early. I want to take things slow. And he's like, yeah, okay, I respect that. She stays over. They fall asleep. She wakes up, same time as always. It was like 3 a.m, so that number might be significant for some of you. She goes to open her eyes, and on the dresser right next to her is a green apple. The color green may also be significant for you guys because that's the apple color I'm remembering for this story. I believe it was green. And she, does what she typically does in this sleepy state. She just eats it, think nothing of it. When she wakes up the next day, he tells her that he got up around like 2 a.m, and he realized he didn't have any apples in the house. So he actually went somewhere, got them, and put them next to the bed. So then when she woke up, she would have those apples. That man, well, let's just say things happened that night. And eventually he became her husband. She realized in that moment she was tolerating less in a relationship. She was tolerating basic, when truthfully there was always someone out there who would understand her and understand her needs and give her the type of affection or attention. Think about that. It's not always about the grand things. It can be the small things. So sometimes half truths or a half of something important is what you might have been used to giving, or you might have been used to putting up with. And this new love that's coming in is someone who pays attention to the fine detail. Don't put expectations that are crazy upon them. It's okay to expect some things, but don't limit yourself by thinking that those things have to be done in some type of grand gestural way. Pay attention to the subtle things. That'll show you how much a person actually cares. And pay attention to what you feel when they do it. She knew this person did this out of the kindness of his heart, not because he wanted to get some booty. See, there's a difference there. So be mindful of that emotion. Be mindful of those feelings, okay? Let's get into the next card and move this on along. Let's see what else we have going on here. We have blinded. Remember what I said about them false people? Delusions, blinded by love, not seeing who they really are. That goes along again with those half-truths. Or sometimes you see who a person is. They show you. But maybe you've been crushing on them. Maybe they've been crushing on you. Some people just don't want to be lonely no more. And so they tolerate a certain behavior, and they put on, I won't even just say rose-colored glasses. They put on a whole blindfold to keep from seeing the actual truth. Maybe for a long time, you would put up with a certain amount of delusions, a certain blindness, and blame it on love. Real love is not blind like that. Because real love doesn't love you with half of itself. Love gets blamed for a lot of just human crap. Okay? Genuine love doesn't intend to hurt you, nor want to hurt you, nor go out of its way to. There's a saying that I feel like some of you here might have resonated with in the past, and you've been translating it wrong. And that saying is, if you love me, you'll fight with me. No. If I love you, I fight beside you, protect you from anyone that even tries it, because to try you is to try me. I work with you, I fight with you, and I fight for you, but never at you, directed towards you, against you. Because if we're a team and both of us are battling each other, how do we win anything else that comes at us? If your love can be broken from the outside because you're not gelling well on the inside, what does that mean? That's not love. That's some type of, again, blindness, half-truth, a delusion in order to keep someone around that maybe you've become accustomed to. That's a weakness of heart. So pay attention to that. The next time a person says, if you love me, you'll fight with me. No, no, no. If you love me, you'll understand that I'm meant to fight beside you, with you, meaning that we're partners, that I'm meant to fight anyone that tries either one of us, because to try you is to try me. But what I'm not going to do is go to war with you, and you're my opponent, and you're the individual that I have to bump heads with. That's not how this goes. So I want you to close the door on that kind of energy and recognize the difference here, because the counterfeit that some of y'all might either be dealing with right now, or that's trying to come in, listen, when I get on karmics, I go deep with them. So I'm trying to avoid that right now, because some of you might be dealing with that. Karmic readings for me is a whole different kind of vibe. But I'm just telling you, check this kind of energy at the door. And if you see these traits in yourself, check them. Check them now, because that new love that's coming in, they're not going to do this to you, and they're not going to tolerate any of that. They're really not. So you might find that your heart may be a little guarded, a little closed off. Perhaps their heart's guarded from that kind of pain and a little closed off, and you guys are going to need to take your time and really see each other for who you really are, right? I'm feeling, I was going to keep it like just 2 decks per thing, but I'm feeling some more cards want to come out here for this message. I feel like we should get into what that real love is going to look like. So let's see. Let's shuffle for that real love. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. And real love you shall have. The type of love that makes you ascend. The type of love that shows you how to climb and rise above, raising to higher levels. Love to the next level. I'm hearing a lot of Mary J. Blige. I'm hearing reminisce for some reason. And I'm hearing love without a limit. Oh, love without a limit, or something like that. I could be messing up the lyrics a little bit. Let's get another card. I feel another card. Let's get another card. Woo! Mental mess, overwhelmed, breaking point, all-consuming thoughts. This is something you or your person might have dealt with due to love in the past, and something that might linger when you come together, because I'm actually not feeling this so much from that counterfeit. I'm feeling like it's in your energy a bit. When new love comes in that treats you right, believe it or not, people can get a little thrown off. Like, okay, I'm not used to this. You know, that little apple situation might seem really small to other people, and to you, that might be a big deal, because no one's done that before. No one's giving you that kind of affection. So it's like, how is this person coming in and treating me this way, treating me this good? This got to be fake. This got to be counterfeit. It's not. It's genuine affection. It's genuine love, and you have to allow yourself to feel it. You've got to allow yourself to accept it. And that may take a minute. So ask your person to bear with you. And if this is them, and they're open, you know, help them be open. Let them know you can be open with me about what you feel. I'm going to love how I love. So I understand you might have been through what you've been through, but I'm not going to turn into something wicked to fit a scenario that your heart was used to dealing with. My job, if I'm coming in, would be for you to see the real me and allow that to heal your heart. And the same here. So be honest when you're like, okay, this is getting a bit overwhelming. There's no need to run. Just be open. Be open with it. But do be prepared that maybe you or the person might, again, want to take things slow, just to be sure that what you're feeling is what you're feeling. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Pace is all about you. Society can say what they want. Some will say go real slow. Some will go fast. The pace is about you, my dear. Follow your spirit. Let's get a tarot card on pile 1 for their new love. Let's get a tarot card, please. Thank you, guardians and guides. Oh, we have the King of Rings. Darling, let's go to the jeweler. Let's get a ring fitting and see. Let's see what works for you, my darling. So this is someone who's bringing in stability, and someone who craves stability. They want you to see, I got you. Whatever you need, I got you. What I say before, I'm not here to fight with you, baby. I'm here to love you. I'm here to love you. Let me love you. Let me feed you. That's another Jerry Maguire reference. I say another because it's been popping out a lot lately. So it's like, I just want to feed you. Let me feed you. Let me take care of you. This isn't just somebody with coin. I mean, it could be. This is someone who really wants you to feel safe. Like, just feel safe with me. Don't worry, I got you. And you got me. We got each other. And if we're both, y'all know what I always say about my King of Rings when they're in that positive energy. This is about give and receive and not give and take. I'm not here to take from you. I'm here to give to you and be open to receive, so that when that energy flows out of that receiving, you feel this love. You feel my heart, and you know that it's genuine and that I have gratitude for you. This is somebody that might tell you every day, I just love you and I'm just happy you're here. I'm just happy you're here. Thank you for coming my way, for letting me into your world. We're going to now get into, this is the Final Rose Tarot for those wondering. We're going to now get into V-Love and Crystal's 2 decks. I've combined 2 of her cards together. Let's see. What messages do we have for group 1? Group 1. We have surrender to the love, darling. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Oh, somebody might be a fan of the movie Ghost. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Indulge in the one you love. Group 1, what did I tell you? Yes. Surrender to the real love. Don't let the imposter get in. If there's some mental block, if there's something in the way, be open with your person. Give them space to be open with you. Let it flow. Be honest with each other. Remember, it's not about radical honesty, like demanding other stuff you don't need, but it is about the kind of honesty that really plays a part in your relationship. Trust your intuition. If that doesn't make sense right now, it will. Make sure that you indulge. Okay, don't fight and call yourself missing out on something beautiful because you were so afraid. This person wants to bring in stability, or you want to bring them stability, however it resonates for you. But Pile 1, this person's been waiting for you. Like, time has gone by slowly, and time can do so much, you know. I'm hearing, you know that you remind me of a love that I once knew. This feels like a past love connection. This person that wants to bring you this stability could be your life partner, whether that be a divine flame or a soulmate. This is someone who's going to know your soul. That might be another reason that there's this overwhelming feeling for them or you too, because you've never had that in this incarnation. And it's like, why do I know you so much? Why do you seem so familiar to me, but I've never been with you? So Spirit's telling you, just ride it. Just let it be, baby. Let's get into another deck of cards. I'm going intuitively here, so if you resonate with another pile and you're like, this pile had more decks, or this one had less, I'm going off of intuition, baby. All right, pile 1, what's the love language? What's the love language, pile 1? We have Netflix and chill. I just want to chill with you. I just want to give you some peace. Just want you to know you can relax with me. You can sit with your little laptop and get a little work done. We got the pizza sitting here and a movie playing in the background. You know, you don't got to. This is a relationship where it's like you really don't have to do too much. You enjoy, you guys will enjoy doing things together and maybe being, adventurous, but you can also just sit at home and be comfortable. Like, you ever had that? If you've ever had that, this is on a different level. Imagine just being able to be in the room with someone. You don't even have to talk, but you feel so protected, so grounded, so cared for, and they feel the same thing. You can talk, and this is great. I'm loving this energy. I'm loving it. What's your person's love language? What's your person's love language? I sent you cute little funny memes. Like, hey, boo-boo, look at this. Look, ain't this funny? It's funny, isn't it? It's funny, huh? Let me see if I can see what this meme says. Hold on. Me when my phone screen lights up and it's a notification from someone I love and want to talk to all the time. And then there's like I don't know if you can see the face because of the lighting, but it's someone going, ee! Oh my God, they're calling me. Yes. Yes. All right. Charms. Let's get into the charms, baby. What charms do we have here for this collective? What charms do we have? Ooh, we got a crown. Once again, a crown. That's really making me, it might be too blurry to see that. But we have a crown. We have a star. What color is this star? Let's see what chakra color we get. White, so crown. We got a crown. Somebody could be a doctor, or they're going to make your heart go a boom, 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 boom. This is a love that wants to bloom. I love how it said notification, and then we have a bell right here, like a bell going off, like a notification. This is somebody who will see you as a queen or king. They could be in the medical field, or they're just going to make your heart go a duck, duck, a duck, duck, duck. Right? We have this moon energy. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what this feels like? This feels like timing. The open space right here in the moon feels like it's indicating the amount of time before this kind of energy comes in, if it's not with you already, or yeah, this isn't long. This is like a couple of months kind of energy for some of you. That may not be for everybody, but for some of you, if this person isn't around already, or maybe if they are, you really dive deeper in your feelings in the next couple of weeks to months. So this can be anywhere from, I want to say, about 8 weeks to maybe 3 months. Again, take that where it resonates, but this is a love that really wants to bloom. It really wants to blossom. Someone's name may be Blossom. I do channel the name Blossom a lot. I'm sensing another group. Okay, another group of charms. Another group of charms wants to come into the mix. And what do we have here, baby? These are thicker, so I gotta be careful I put them on here. Ooh, we have a seashell. Spirit babies could be involved in this. We have a seashell, like I'm calling you in like the wave. Someone could also live near a beach. You're sweet like a cupcake. Rainbow bridge kind of energy. You're the other end of the rainbow for me, the pot of gold. And once again, we have sandals, and it's giving me a beach vibe. So this person could be a water sign, or maybe you or them live near a beach, and this teddy bear is also giving me spirit baby vibes. This could be someone cuddly. So they could like to cuddle a lot. You may not be into that now, but you might get into that when they come around. This could also be someone who hold on, I'm getting someone. This could be someone who's a little heavy. I'm seeing two people. I'm seeing someone that's a little heavy, plus size, and I'm seeing somebody that it's like a mix between plus size and muscular. I'm seeing this for both feminines and masculine. Eye colors, I'm seeing a beautiful chestnut brown. That's pretty much, it's a dark eye brown, but if you really look at it where you can see all the colors, it's like a chestnut. I'm seeing green eyes, like a green and brown, like hazel color. Golden skin, someone that's quite fair, and another person that's like a, I want to say a medium tone, a little lighter than tan, but not quite fair. And then I'm also seeing someone that's like Moorish chestnuts color. If you don't know who that is, just look that up and you'll get it. My loves, I believe, oh nope, they want me to go to one more deck. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go to one more group of cards for this pile. Let's get some confessions. We're going to use my deck Love Confession Cyber Edition. Maybe you meet this person online, or you maybe meet in person, and then your communication is online for a minute before you have time to really chill like that. Maybe work. So let's see. Whoop. We have, right off the bat, loading answer. This person will give you a response. Be mindful. It may or may not be something that you like. So this could be either from the counterfeit or your person. I feel like if it's from the counterfeit, if you ask them something that really puts them on the spot, they're going to have a hard time lying about it, or you might catch them in a lie. For those of you where it could be your divine counterpart, it's not that you won't like what they're going to say. It's just that it's going to be really important. Whatever it is, it's like an important confession to what you might ask them. So again, be open-minded, be open heart, let your intuition speak. Oh my gosh, the meme. you're my favorite screensaver or wallpaper on my phone or computer. So don't be shocked if like their phone is sitting up and it rings one day and you're like, oh my God, my picture's there. It's because you're my favorite. They're like, you're my favorite. I just love you, don't you know? We're gonna use Nelsa's My Fairy Tale is Real. Get one card from here for you guys. And then we're gonna move on. Okay, darlings, we're gonna move on because group one is excited. And they want to keep talking. And I hate to leave, but I gotta go right now. We have, I want all of your dreams to come true. Just believe. Just believe that I want all of your dreams to come true. And I want you to know that you're my dream come true. Ain't that the cutest thing ever? All right, group one, this was your reading. I pray that it resonated for you and that you enjoyed it. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Pile 2, what it do, baby boo? You chose this beautiful deck here by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. We're going to get into the dice first, pre-channel, and then all the other jazz that I mentioned in the first part of the video. Let's do the dice first, baby. We've got 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 17, which is also 8, 0, and 3. So my darlings, I don't know if you guys could see those, but those are the dice numbers. Could be life path, angel number, numbers you've seen. If any of those numbers stand out to you in a certain group, make sure that you look that up. That will be an additional part of your message. Now, pre-channeling for this group. You may resonate with another pal here. I won't say which, but if you were drawn to one of the other pals, or maybe even both of the other pals, then go ahead and check that out. But I've pre-channeled for all of these piles, and then I think of how I can summarize that pre-channeling before I actually pull cards for each one. So don't think just because you're on group 2 that automatically means you're going to resonate with one and all that jazz. No, you might still resonate with one of the others. I just tend to summarize what I was seeing in visions prior to pulling the cards. And with this group, I feel like you may resonate with one of the others or maybe even both. So don't be shocked, pal 2, if that's the case. I feel like you guys have to be mindful in your connections that are coming in here. There's definitely a strong soulmate energy to this reading, but again, when divine unions come together, and I feel like all of you, I don't care which group you're resonating with, when divine love comes in, be mindful of the counterfeits, be mindful of the fakes, of the ones who are, you know, for some of you, this might be not an old love in the sense that perhaps you've dated the person before, but maybe this is someone you were like always interested in and you guys just never did anything. You might have, I'm not really sensing like a lot of talk, but there was definitely interest. Like maybe you flirted a little bit, or you could just kind of always tell that you guys were feeling each other, but you didn't do anything about it. There's a bit of that energy here, a little bit of that here. So some of you might be souls that just you couldn't confess in a time before, and now you're finding the courage to do so. That's what I'm feeling here. But be mindful of someone trying to infiltrate. Could be an ex for some of y'all. It might be an ex trying to, not as far as again the new love, but it might be an ex trying to come back and go, oh, I'm sorry about what I did in the past, and you know, blah 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 blah. Don't fall for it. All right, let's get into the message. Get into the message. What can you look forward to with this new love? Pile 2. What can you look forward to with this new love? We have snail pace, slow process, and or reevaluate. Okay, so take your time with this. Even if the person is someone that you're like, well, dang, I wanted to try it before because we had great chemistry, but we really didn't do anything. That doesn't mean like, okay, let's get together and just rush everything and like we're walking down the aisle next week or we're just jumping right in bed. Still take your time, because when you loved them before, when you were in the process of falling in the past, they were a certain version of themselves and you were a certain version of yourself. And now as they're coming back in, you know, they've had experiences, they've been through different relationships or things in life, and so have you, especially if this was like years ago, like years ago. You know what I mean? You guys have changed and evolved a lot, and you got to get to know that person that they've become, and they've got to get to know the person you've become. Remember what I said about counterfeits, though. If you feel like either an ex or maybe even someone that's trying to come in your life that could be trying to talk to you right now needs some reevaluation before you go any further into the process, maybe they're, in this, I'm feeling like somebody might be kind of putting a little bit of pressure on you to just accept them right now. If your instincts and your intuition is saying, baby, take your time, then you take your time. You don't need anyone to rush you. People, the right person will understand. That's what I'm feeling like this group needs to hear. Now, it's not saying to have molasses in your behind, but it is saying to trust your intuition and make sure that it's that. Please evaluate that it's not just opinion. It's not just, oh, my mind is getting in the way, fears of the past. Intuition. I am very precise about intuition around here. It is not the same as all these other emotions that a lot of people tie in with it. Your intuition is connected to the core energy of who you are, which is connected to the divine energy of all things. So listen to that. Your ancestors and your guardians and guides can send you signs, and those signs still need to flow through your intuition. Okay? So if there's something you need to reevaluate. If there's something that just needs a slower process, trust that. Be honest with your person and make it do what it do. Okay? Let's get into the next card. What can you expect in this love? Divine timing, fated destiny. I tell you guys all the time that there's actually a difference between fate, your fated path, and destiny, but both still have an element, if you would, of fate to them. When you choose just one fated idea, like for example, if we were to use astrology terms, your south node, it's fixed, it's stuck, it's what you're used to, whether it be good or bad. You might be in a situation where you're like, oh, this is cool, it's all right. It's not something that really excites you, but you're kind of afraid to come out of it because what if you do and then things don't work out? But this is telling you that when you listen to destiny, you always end up where you need to be. You always end up with the one, your life partner, the person that's for you, that soulmate that's really meant for you, that divine connection. But there will be things that are just unknown here. And I want to make this clear. Just because you think that you've chose a fixed path and that means you feel safe because you think you can predict some things, you actually can't. Even in that fixed energy, unpredictable things will happen. The thing is your thought process. If you say to yourself, oh, only bad things happen to me in relationships, then that means every time something bad happens, you feel like you predicted it. Even when, if you look at the action, it's something that was so out there, like, I can't believe that's what happened, but, oh, I should have, because my history in love is, if you keep claiming a negative vibe or a negative history of love, you will repeat that history. To learn from your story before is to accept that was then and this is now. What do you want now to be? Because this now, this current now, right in this moment, will bring in the future. That's why so many people tell you to focus on the now and focus on self-love and growing within your current being so that you can be prepared to really receive what's necessary. I'm gonna tell you something. Divine timing happens at all times. I know a lot of people say divine timing and it can feel like it's a snail pace. But right now in this moment, as you listen to this message, this is divine timing. And when this message is over and you watch one of the others, that's going to be divine timing. But are you ready? Have you ever had something come in your life and you were like, oh my God, it wasn't the right time, because when it came, fear, doubt, or some other emotion, something like, I had to take care of my mother, I had to do this, or I had to do that, and you feel like you missed the opportunity. It's not so much that you had to do those other things. It was a choice, but you didn't recognize you had a choice. And a part of you doubted that if you made that move, if you went for whatever that was, that somehow, what if it didn't work out and I let someone down, or I put all my effort into something that wasn't going to work out? Well, I just don't think I was ready. There's not being ready, and then there's letting fear dictate. Divine timing happens at all times. The question is, are you ready when it's that big opportunity, when it's that big thing? The love coming to you is perfectly divinely timed. It might have felt like it took forever, but when it gets here, it might feel like it's moving a little too fast. And that's why you might need to tell your person, whoa, 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 I feel like I need to slow down a bit. But please be mindful to not let time just pass you by. It is not linear, but it does have emotion that it goes into. So flow with it. Pay attention to, and that's why I feel like this group, you got to pay attention to your intuition. You're very intuitive, but sometimes you let so-called what you believe to be real world thoughts, which are really just half of the time BS, to get in the way. You might be a little too used to staying in a stuck, fixed existence, and you're being told it's time to flow with destiny. Instead of just staying in one lane, it's time to switch over to a whole new place, a whole new space. I'm getting like 6 of swords energy here. Like it's time to move into a new direction altogether. This type of love isn't going to be what you're used to experiencing. We have autumn, harvest. Ooh, harvest is standing out to me more than fruition, but someone could be born in autumn. This could be a love that starts to spring either by next autumn, or maybe you met this person in autumn. Remember I said this could be someone that you've known for a while. Maybe that person came back around or moved near you in autumn. Also, I'm hearing someone's name could be Autumn. I just heard someone call the name like Autumn, Autumn. So maybe your name is Autumn, or you might have a child named Autumn. Go with it. It's what's channeled in. Let's get one more card. This person might make you fall very hard. That's the other thing I'm getting. Yeah. Affectionate, lovey-dovey, passionate, public displays of affection. So autumn here also represents the fall. Here's a quick trick. It's not always about the falling in love. That could be phase 1 for some of you, but you're not meant to feel like you're falling the whole time. At some point when it's genuine, you have to feel like you're being uplifted into the love. Don't expect them to have to do something grand for that, but you find yourself just casually thinking it, like, wow, I feel like I'm walking on air. I feel like I'm flying even. The way that this person loves me, the way that I love them, it feels like our feet aren't on the ground. And this isn't about not being grounded in the relationship. This is just how much love this person fills you with. It's not an illusion. It's not a daydream. It's very real. It's very tangible. And you will go through your moments and possibly your challenges, but you find yourself feeling just so free, so guided, and so connected in this. You don't feel like you're just free falling only, but you're not afraid to jump. Even when you feel that first dip, you're still not afraid, because you know at some point you're going to soar in this. This is a love that makes you feel like you're soaring. This person might be really affectionate. You might be really affectionate. A lot of public display. You're going to probably start to fall pretty hard. And again, that might be why you feel like you want to take a slow, because you want to make sure it's right. You've been through some ish, right? Maybe they've been through some ish. Take what resonates for you. But this is all in divine timing. So don't let fear get in the way, and don't let any possible like fakies get in the way. Let's check the love language. Let's check what the love language is like for you, pal, too. We are using one of my other soul sisters, Divine Moon Empress. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's the love language here for pal? Ooh, ooh, we have lunch date. Lunch date, let me take you out. Let me get you a bite to eat, baby. You know they love you when they want to feed you. Oh, wow, and we have workout. Baby, work out. Ooh, that song's resonating. Okay, this is still PG-13. But on an intimate level, this person is going to really make you feel like you went through a workout in a good way. Because this is not that kind of reading, I have to be mindful of how I go with this. I don't want to rate this 18 plus, but I'm just saying workout has more than one meaning. Some of you could be in a same-sex connection here, because I am picking up I'm picking up a same-sex connection here. I'm picking up more so woman to woman than man to man here, but take what resonates for you. You could simply be two masculines that both have a lot of feminine energy. I always say this though, be mindful when it comes to energy, because even though you both may have a feminine quality, one of you is still more masculine in the connection than other. This has nothing to do with necessarily how you act, just how your energy flows. One has the more solid form, fixed form, dominating kind of side, and the other one has more of the intuitive flow, at times maybe even submissive side. Please do not measure this just down to sexual preference or how you are in the bedroom. Energy is far more detailed than that. But I am picking up on that here. Maybe this is your first date. Maybe you go out for lunch together. Again, for the whole collective, take what resonates, but for the whole collective, this could be someone that you knew already. And that's how y'all reconnect, because they're like, hey, let's go have lunch. And then it's, oh, you know what? Let's go by, I just heard running. It's I might be pronouncing it weird. It's in California. Is it called running? Somebody put in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. It's like I think a track, not a track. What is it called? Oh my gosh, my brain. Where people go, it's like a hill, I think. People go running by it. It's like really popular out in California somewhere. I forgot what part. I know a couple of friends that have run it a few times, but I just heard, I think it's called Run It or Ran It or something like that. But they might say, hey, let's go past that and work out together. So you guys have things in common. You might have them in common in a unique way, like you do your workouts a little different than theirs, but when you work out together, it feels really good. I'm seeing like a couple that likes to just do all kinds of workouts together. So that might be how you guys use excuses to see each other at first. Is, hey, your place isn't too far from where I work at. Let's take lunch every day. Oh, cool. Well, you know what? How about on the weekend we go running? We work out together. And then that's like how y'all end up around each other all the time. So lunch dates and running are a sign for you guys. Let's get into the final rose tarot. My beautiful, beautiful loves. I think it's called Run It. I'm still hearing it, but I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it the right way. Someone's fiery. We got Queen of Roses. The beauty queen. Yeah, with this workout energy, someone here might be like really particular about working out. Now, this doesn't mean that you're necessarily a particular body type. You can be any body type and get used to working out. Some people have, a thicker bone structure. It is what it is. You might be wanting to get more in shape. And at first, maybe you were a little self-conscious around this person. Could be another reason you want to take it slow. And this person is going to love on you. Do you understand me? If you are plus size, they're going to say, baby, I can handle that. Give me all of that in a bag of chips, because in my eyes, you're already a beauty queen. But darling, if you want to work out together, we can do that. And I'm still going to feed you. I'm still going to feed you, because we have extracurricular activities that you need fuel for, and that's all I'm going to say about that. It's okay, darling. Okay. That could also be their energy. They could be the Queen of Roses, be the masculine or feminine, regardless of sexual occupation. They could be someone that's just really alluring, really ambitious, and really nourishing, because the Queen of Wands doesn't always get credit for how nourishing that side can be. She's the inner fire to the Queen of Pentacles. She just tends to be really she's an inspiring kind of person, and she likes to inspire, and she goes after what she wants. May not always be one for patience. So again, whether you be male or female, this could be your energy or theirs. They might not always be the most patient of people, especially when they're creative or they get an idea about something. Bear with them on that. Maybe talk and say, hey, sometimes you're like up here, and I like need you about midway. But you're up here. So if you could just bring it to here where we can meet in the middle, and then you can help me climb the ladder with you, that'd be great. So maybe when it comes to working out, you're more of the slow pace kind. You take your time, you stretch and all that good jazz. They stretch for like 3 minutes and then they're ready to go. So you might have to say, babe, like, give me a second. Okay, let me catch up. And that's why they're going to feed you, because like they said, you need fuel for the extracurricular activities that shall take place. We are now going to get into V's deck here. I got 2 of them. Let's see what's going on. Okay, Pal 2, you're making me overheat here. So you guys do get each other in a fire mood. Could be a fire sign, don't have to be, but fire signs definitely play in your connection here. Woo. We have listen attentively to the one you love. So listen, pay attention to the things that they say. And again, for those of you, you might be dealing with like a counterfeit kind of energy too. If you listen to them, you'll notice that. I always say this. Sometimes red flags are missed because it's not always because they hide them well. A part of you really wanted to like that person. Other times, you don't think that thing you heard was a red flag until you listen to it again the second time. And then you go, wait a minute, that sounds off. Something about that doesn't make sense here. That's what I'm feeling when it comes to some of you that might be dealing with like an ex or someone else trying to come in. That person is trying to be disruptive. And if it's an ex, I always say this, people who've dealt with you before, and even people who are, want to be enemies that come in karmic form, they feel when something good is coming your way. And they try to get in there so they can discourage you or create a distraction so that that thing could pass you by. Your ancestors, your guides, your own higher self gives you hints, drops little things. So listen, not only to your intuition, but replay some of what people say in your mind more than once, because it might sound just kind of like a little weird at first, but if you play it back, you're like, actually that felt off. Don't like how that felt. And that's a sign. For the person who's coming in with this affectionate vibe, there's someone who's going to listen to you really intensely. So don't take anything they say lightly. I gave an example, and I'm feeling this example again. I feel like somebody pays attention to the small details of a situation, and it's going to make you feel uplifted in love. Remember that example I gave about it's not always about the falling, it's about feeling uplifted. They do little small cute things for you. Like you might tell them, I like little hearts in my coffee, and they're like, ah, because they're already a creative person. They go and they put like little hearts in your coffee. You know what I mean? Or it's just like little gestures that make you feel so special to them. By the time they do something grand for you, darling, it is, again, we got this Queen of Roses energy here. Might be a little bit of a show off, a little bit of like Leo Sag energy coming off here. They listen to you. So be open to listen to them, because I feel like you can learn a lot from this person's energy. If ever you lacked confidence, this person's going to make you feel confident. They're going to make you feel really taken care of. Okay? Let's see what else we got. What else we got, Spirit? What else we got? Unconditional love. Do you believe in love and the promise that it gives? I wanna love you for life. That's the song I hear for this group. They make you jump. Oh, look, they're jumping. Uplifted in love. I said what I said, okay? Okay, if you've dealt with a violent kind of love before, whatever that may mean for you, trigger warning for some, but it's coming in with, sometimes people love in a way that's so rushed and so intense, it's just like too much too fast, right? This love may make you feel at first like, oh, I just want to fall already. But when you say, I need to take my time because before I used to rush into things and it did not go well. This person, I got you, it's cool, it's fine, we can take our time, that's fine. Meanwhile, I will feed you and work out with you. We can take our time for all the other stuff, but they're going to pay attention to you. They're going to learn all those little cute, intricate details about you. And so by the time you decide to go in another direction with them, they've already got your heart, darling. Let's get into some charms. Am I feeling both charms here, or am I feeling another? I have a couple of charms over here. Which charms am I feeling? Let's find out. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Ooh, I have a big rainbow. Somebody might be a chef, or oh, maybe that's why they want to feed you so bad, because they're a freaking chef. They cook. They love to cook, or you love to cook. But we have, ooh, don't fall off. We have a chef hat. We have a rainbow. Taste. I just heard taste the rainbow. This person has jokes. They're funny. Taste the rainbow. Um, mm, I again, this is not that kind of reading, but I just heard someone say candy shop and lollipop, and I'm not going to finish the rest of that sentence because this is not that kind of reading. Use your imagination. Um, they're very sweet on you. I'm hearing, I taste just like candy, so get with me. I taste just like okay. Yep. Someone's nickname, funny enough, might have something to do with a lollipop, or maybe they were called like Pop or something like that, or like Pops. Like, what's up, Pops? Maybe it's like a nickname, especially if you're an older couple involved here. This is a big rainbow. So there's a lot of joy and happiness that this person wants to bring to you. I'm feeling like the sun card vibes with this. And we have a heart gummy, like gummy bears. So this is someone that's really just sweet on you, really juicy, juicy kind of person. They probably talk with a little bit of a twang or an accent. Your person might come from a different country than you. And again, someone here loves to cook, might deem themselves a chef. Maybe you're a chef and they'll love your cooking, but remember I kept saying that they want to feed you vibes? Baby, they want to feed you. Okay, let's get into the other set of charms I'm moved to get into here. What is going on? What is happening? Ooh. Okay, charms. Okay, I only want a few. I don't want a whole lot. We have eyeshadow. I'm feeling like someone makes you want to take all your makeup off, but makes you want to doll up all at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like if you're normally a person, they're a very well put together person. Like they dress very nicely, you dress very nicely, but I feel like they make you feel so comfortable in your own skin. Like just be you. Again, if you are plus size or thin, like, and you always go, well, maybe I'm too thin, maybe I'm too heavy, I got to work out. Yeah, they're gonna, if that's what you feel like you need to do for good health or to make you feel good, they'll totally support that. But they're like, I'm loving on you the way you are though. But I am also here for if you want to better yourself. I'll work out with you. I got you. Dress down with me though. You don't have to wear, I know some women get so offended when someone says you're beautiful, you don't need all that makeup, because you, regardless of what you say in your reasonings, when you are offended that someone is saying that to you from a genuine place, something in you has to be evaluated. If someone's telling you, I love your natural beauty, if all the makeup in the world disappeared tomorrow, I am still going to be on that ass. For you to be offended by that, and this is the vibe of that person, okay? I'm going to be on that ass regardless. Then that's something in you that has to be looked at, because they're literally telling you, I love every part of you for who you are. But I'm also here for if you want to dial up. Just know, I feel like this is someone that gets turned on when you approach them as yourself. So regardless of whether you wear makeup or you dress up, they're going to be turned on by you walking around the house in like an extra big t-shirt and some baggy sweatpants. Like, you know what I mean? That's hot to them. Like, wow, look at that. But they're also going to be turned on when you put on that Vicky Secret. It doesn't matter. You know, you can come out booty naked. They are satisfied with you, darling. So they're going to make you want to dress up for them because you want to look your best, but they're also going to make you feel comfortable when you're just your natural, well taken care of self. They're going to help you really tap into self-love. It's something that you can do right now on your own, but this is someone who encourages it. So it's not about feeling like, there's a difference between I didn't do my hair and I'm laying around the house feeling like a bum, and a difference between, you know, I washed up, I did brush my hair a bit, but I just put on something comfortable and I feel good. I feel good. That's how they're going to make you feel. Someone makes you look in the mirror and appreciate who you really are without all of the makeup. They love all the different shades of who you are, but nonetheless, they do make you want to dress up for them. They make your heart go boom, da, boom, boom, boom. And this is marriage material. This is someone who encourages you to say yes more and to say I do more. Not yes for something shady. But if you're a person that normally says no out of fears, out of insecurities, they encourage you like you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. I love you for that. I love you for your uniqueness. You got this. You can do it. You got this. Somebody here could be a doctor. Maybe a chef is dating a doctor or a nurse, or again, this is someone that just helps you nurse your heart back to love and affection. Let's go to another. This is a reader that's actually participating in this Fairytales and Cocktails. Nelsa, this is her My Fairy Tale is Real deck. Let's see what we get from here. I'm hearing that song again. I wanna love you for life. Do you believe in love and the promise that it gives? I'm hearing, I need to channel for this song, like individually, but I'm hearing one of my favorite love songs. It's by Jagged Edge. And I'm hearing that as well. Don't wanna make a scene. I really don't care if people stare at us. Sometimes I think I'm dreaming. I pinch myself just to see if I'm awake or not. Is it real? What I feel, could it be you and me till the end of time? Yes, darling, your heartbeat is my favorite song. Take my heart, hold it tight, it's true love. I gotta be the one you touch. Man, listen. Mind you, sometimes when they channel songs, they change the lyrics, and I have to sing it the way the lyrics are sung. So yes, some of the lyrics were skipped in that, but that's the way that they sung it. That's the part they want you to pay attention to. So listen to those two songs, my darlings. There's a message there for you that's very important. But I'm hearing that other one a lot. I gotta be the one you love. Baby, I gotta be the one you trust. I'm telling you that. Yes. Group 2. I hope that you enjoyed that message and it gave you some clarity, help you to know what's going on, what's coming into you, or what may already be here for you. Love openly, love yourself. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. Hi, beautiful group 3. How you doing? You chose this beautiful Black Hollywood romance deck, which is by Queen Sugar Tarot. It's really called Black Hollywood Romance Stars. So some of the shows and movies on this deck here may resonate with you, and if you've never seen them before, but you know the pictures look familiar and you're like, I want to check that movie or show out, go ahead, darling. It may help you resonate with the message more. Let's get into the dice and your pre-channeled message. Group 3, let me tell you right now, I feel like some of y'all, this isn't going to be everyone, but this is also collective. Some of you might be either older or you might have been married before young, maybe, and you might find yourself going, this is like, I don't want to go through the same kind of problems. You're a little weary when it comes to love, but you want it really bad. You don't want to deny yourself it. It's just that whatever you've been through before, whether it was marriage or other long-term relationships, regardless of your age bracket, it's made you feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I want it, but it's giving you this indecisive feeling. The person coming in your life will help you a bit with this, but first you have to make it up in your mind, because if you don't right now make it up in your mind that you do want to accept that kind of love, you're either going to constantly find yourself running into faulty people who, help to, for lack of a better term, justify that feeling of, oh, I'm done with love, or I don't want to put up with a certain energy, and you don't want to deal with that. You deserve genuine love. We have the number 3, 7, 2, 16, which is also 7, the number 6, and 4, 4, 4. Okay, those are your dice numbers. Could be life path. If any particular order stands out to you individually, look that up. That will be an extra layer here for your message. But like I said, I do feel like this group might be a group that wants genuine love, but due to past experiences, you're a little weary in it. Some of you might have been married before, maybe more than just once. But each of those marriages, if you pay attention, the karmic trait in them might have been similar even when you thought the person was different. If you can allow yourself to see that and admit that, and allow yourself to not be indecisive like you might have been in those connections as well, then you'll be open to the real one. You'll spot the real, and it'll be what it is. I'm also feeling like some of you might know your person already, like your divine individual. You may have not thought of them that way. Maybe you dated them briefly in the past and you guys, I'm not picking up on like a hostile breakup. That's not what I'm channeling right now for this group. It's more like maybe someone moved, or maybe you guys were young. You know how some people date young and then they go, I want to see what else is out there. Because I'm hearing But when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. Like, you might resonate with that. I'm also feeling like someone gets out of breath when this person's around. And it might be because of that. Like, dang, maybe I shouldn't have left that connection. Maybe we should have tried working it out. Because now every time they come around, there's this slight tightness in the heart for what could have been that wasn't. Well, you'll have a chance to fix that. I say this all the time. Not everyone's ex is their one. But I just feel like this is a very specific relationship I'm channeling right now. It's something that didn't end hostile. It wasn't that this person was cruel. It's just that maybe you guys dated young, or you were in school and you had to go different places. It's like a natural splitting of ways or going apart. And that had to happen at that time. You were two different people at that time. Now that you get back together, you've had your experiences and your lessons, and with all lessons come blessings if you let yourself see what they are, and that can help you reconnect with this person on a deeper level. So take what resonates for you. Different things channeling here for this group. Oh, child. Let's see what we got going on. I'm gonna shuffle one. Group 3, what do we have for thee? I keep hearing that song, but when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. Yeah, somebody went through a breakup with a person, or a separation. Even if you didn't date all the way. The crazy thing is, I'm hearing that song, but I'm getting like a late 80s, early 90s vibe. So maybe you guys were in high school or college during that time, for those of you who resonate with that in that age bracket. That could have been another reason it didn't work. Or you guys, maybe you didn't really date, you maybe flirted, and then you just got separated. And now's your chance to fix that. We have, wow. Final shot. What was I saying earlier about someone, and look, it's Dwayne, and I forgot her character's name, but that's Jasmine Guy. Somebody feels like, I've been through a lot in love, and I was disappointed, and I just don't know if I have the courage or the strength to go through disappointments again. At the same time, for another group here, or maybe even for this person, you feel like if this is an individual that's coming back in your life, maybe you've dated, maybe you didn't. It's like, this is my final chance of seeing if it works with this person, of letting them know how I really feel and about how I really felt back then too. So whether you've dated the individual in the past or not, it's like true feelings of what you really wanted weren't expressed, and now you have the chance to express them. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. We have courting. This period of development towards a romantic relationship is important. This time will help you both see if marriage is in the card. What was I saying? What was I saying? And for those of you who might want me, in case you couldn't see it, to read this card. We have, now is the time. The clock is ticking. If you never shoot your shot, then you will always wonder, what if? For those of you where this is a new love and it's not somebody coming back in or someone you've always wanted to talk to but it slipped by, if it's a new love, it carries that same feeling of, are you going to let this divine connection pass you by because fear, doubts, what happened in the past, whether it was marriages, relationships? Some of you may have kids and you're thinking about them. Are you going to keep letting all these things that you use as an excuse get in the way of having the love that you deserve and that, quite honestly, this person also deserves? Or will you be courageous and shoot your shot, or let them shoot their shot, whichever resonates for you? But I do feel like you can't just wait on them. Sometimes that's the excuse y'all will use. Like, yeah, you feel this person is your divine, I'm gonna wait for them to make a move. Nah, darling. Sometimes you gotta make the move, especially if this is a new love. They don't know what to expect from you. And remember, if it's old, you've evolved. You're not whoever you were a couple of years ago. They're not whoever they were a couple of months or years ago. So why play that tic-tac-toe game? Best to come out and say, hey, you, me, what we're doing, than to sit and wait on them. And regardless of the answer that you think you may get, you know that you were courageous and you went for it. And do this with Do this without having self-doubts and putting negative vibrations on the situation. Accept the fact that you are a strong individual, even at times when you feel like you're not, and allow yourself to just be real with what you feel. Live in your truth, live in the truth. I know everybody always just says live in your truth. You know what? Sometimes you got to live in the truth, the cosmic truth of all things. It's not that hard to tap into when you allow yourself, right? And don't let past relationships, marriage, whatever it is for you, or whatever it may have been for them, to affect how you guys. Notice that this is the same couple on both of these cards. Same couple. It's Dwayne and this character. Somebody here either went to college with their person, because these two characters meet in college. Maybe you went to high school with them, or they give you that feeling. They give you that feeling of like, what would it be like to date someone if you were in college, and that kind of like almost adventurous feel. But both of you might feel this need. Yeah, somebody throat is closing up. It's like someone wants to confess. You might have wanted to confess your feelings to them in the past and you didn't. And you've regretted that ever since. And they might have felt the same way. Or this could be their energy again. Take what resonates for you. But this is your chance to really figure it out. Allow yourself to court, aka date, with serious intentions. Courting is dating with serious intention. And see where it goes. Don't put pressure on it. Just let it flow. Let it flow. We have magnetic souls. Your sacred souls are instantly drawn towards each other, and it's always been that way. And that could be because this is a divine past love connection. I really feel like this group is a divine connection. There's really no doubt about that. I read divine connections on a regular, and that is what this feels like. It feels like circumstances for some of you and for others just pass. I'm afraid because of how I loved before, their reputation, how they were before. You're making excuses, baby boo. There's some excuses here. Let them excuses go. You can't love out of excuses. You can't allow that, baby. Building a future. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. You may resonate with another group here. I'm not going to say which one, but if you felt led to check out another one, that is fine. But that's how you recognize this. It's not the illusion of, oh, I think they love me. It's, I really feel a difference. This person is loving me in a way that no one else has. It's not in my head because I'm paying attention to the signs. I've never had someone be this attentive, and I've never felt the need to be as attentive to someone else. There's a divine feminine in this group that's not used to catering. Because you thought, I'm going to get on you for a second, because I got to, it's my job. You thought that to cater or to humble yourself was to, in some sense, kind of bow down. Let me explain to you what humble means, darling. Humble, in its truest energy, it's not about lowering yourself to another. It is saying, I am a divine being, and I see the divine in you. It is even the reflection of me. A different reflection, but a reflection nonetheless. And I am giving you the grace of me honoring space for you so that you can come as you are and you can shine as you are. I recognize your crown is yours. Your special slipper is your slipper. Nobody can stand in your shoes or wear your crown the way that you do because it's custom for you and no one else. And I'm just allowing you to flex that energy a bit here because I'm so confident in who I am that there's nothing wrong with me cursing, just giving you a little curtsy to honor space for you. And in respect, you honor space for me the same way. That's the energy of humbling oneself. Not someone has to tower over me and I'm bowing to my knees. Let me also explain energetically, the feet, for real, the feet, it's one of the most sacred parts of the body. You know why? If you're doing yoga or any position where you put your feet towards the sky, you pull energy from the sun and you shift it towards the crown. It's one of the fastest ways to ignite the crown. When your feet are planted on the ground, you are pulling the energy of the earth up through your feet, through all of your other portals and energy gates in the body, which is more than just your several chakras, my love. And you are connecting to cosmic energies on a physical level and a spiritual level. So when people used to bow to the feet, it's because a lot of ascending masters pulled a lot of energy through their feet more than they did any other space in their body. And this was their way of giving thanks and honor towards it. So again, I know you've been taught things a little flicked, and you've been through things in life, maybe even seen your parents, and maybe your mom was someone that always catered to somebody. I got to channel the energies the way I'm channeling it. And you made it up in your mind, I'm going to do different. I'm not going to bow down to nobody, because you didn't understand what it meant to honor space versus I'm a slave for someone. And here's the funny part. To an extent, all that vibrato, all of that independence, you still want somebody to stop what they're doing for you. You still want someone to give you that call and say, baby, I was thinking of you today. How was your day? Tell me all about you. You're the center of my universe. But for some reason, you think it's okay to block repaying that energy when you get it honestly and justly. And that might have been what got in the way of past relationships or past connections. Spirit doesn't want me to sugarcoat for you. Now, that message may not be for everyone in this pile, and that's all right. But it was for someone. And when you heard it from other people, they were just harsh. Or maybe they didn't tell you. Maybe they just let you do whatever and self-destruct. They didn't care. Maybe they just writ you off as a bitch. No, see, you're not a bitch. You're not. But you have the tendency of acting like one to shield and protect yourself, and then label it as something else. Label it as being an independent woman. Label it as just being strong. True strength is in the vulnerability, because if you're strong enough to be vulnerable, dear, there's nothing that can intimidate you or impose itself upon you, because you know what it's like to be in a weak moment and still find your strength in it. You know what it's like to bear your soul, because you trust that that soul is ancient. It's a goddess energy. It's a goddess energy. How can it be less than anything else? You are a divine being born of the divine like the rest of us. How can you be anything less than the divine? You're going to go through your challenges and your mistakes. That's fine. It's a part of this journey. But the other part is to learn from them. So keep that fire. Keep that strength. Funny enough, I said fire, but you might be a strong, hard-headed earth sign. Could be Virgo, could be Capricorn, could be Taurus. But allow yourself to see the strength in your vulnerability. So take time to be vulnerable with yourself first, so that when this person comes in, or as this person is talking to you, you are the most authentic, truest, purest side of yourself. And they're able to show you how much they care without being met with the wall of your resistance. They don't want to love you in pain. They want to love you in glory. They want to give you their grace, and they want to be in the honor of yours. You will either create space for that and get the love you deserve, or you'll keep banging your head up against the wall, feeling like you must be independent, Miss Independent all by herself. This is an energy, be it another masculine or even another feminine. This is an energy of someone that loves your strong-willed independentness, but they don't want to feel like they have to fight you for it. I'm going to say that again. They love your strong-willed independence, but they don't want to feel like they got to fight and climb over 1,000 walls. They don't want to feel like they have to constantly fight a battle with you. Do you understand what that means? I'm going to take a deep breath and let that marinate for a second. Again, that's not going to be for everyone, but that was for someone. For someone. I was led to the bottom of the deck, and we have breakup. And it's not so much about the words on the card. It's about, like I said, someone here before went through a separation or a possible breakup with this individual, or you didn't confess your feelings. And now is the time for you to do so. Woo, I got overheated for that. Let's hop into the tarot. Let's hop into the tarot. There could be a masculine here that was in a similar energy as that feminine. Yours didn't necessarily come in as strong, darling, but it was still there as well. So take whatever lesson you can also get from that feminine. Don't be so prideful or so, I gotta be in my ego because I'm the man, that you don't allow yourself to receive the love that you deserve. What does the tarot have to say, baby? Silver lining. And it's time to do new things. Shed the tears for the past if you haven't before, especially masculine. I'm picking up on you. That I don't cry about my old loves, and I'm a man. I don't cry. If you don't have the strength to cry, how can you say that you have strength at all? If you don't know what it's like to release, to really release, right? How can you say that you understand what it's like to be strong and to stand independently on your own? If there is a love in the past, and I feel a sadness creeping in the heart here, so trigger warning. I don't always I tell you guys all the time when y'all watch my readings, be prepared for possible triggers. Sometimes I remember to say it, sometimes I don't, but always be prepared. Someone might have lost a person. They might have lost a past love, or they just lost someone that was really important in their life, like someone who set good examples, and your heart's been a bit hardened since then. But you never really cried. You didn't really vent it. And you're being told, let those tears fall so that you can go the distance that you need to go, so that you can leave behind the pain, the frustration that's stuck. Some of y'all have been feeling really stuck in love, like, and that's why you go, I don't really think I want it, or I don't know, or that energy I pre-channeled, that energy of like, you want it. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. Not here, not in this space. You want it, but you fight it or you resist it because you feel like it'll break you. See, real love doesn't break you, it makes you strong. But there are imitations or so-called things that the word love gets put to, that enters our life, and it can kind of warp the mind for a second. When people transition in the ancient days, it was understood that they are simply going to the next plane, to another universe. Their energy is always around you, always with you. Sometimes it even pops up again. Sometimes it comes through your own children or future generations. Nothing is gone because the soul cannot die. I'm going to say that again. The soul cannot die. So whoever you lost, whoever that example was, you still hear their words. Their words encourage you to do better. You listen for all of 5 seconds, and then you go through that feeling of feeling that morning energy coming on, energy, and you block it. I hear their voice. I got to block it because it hurts too much to listen. Feel that hurt. Breathe that hurt for just a second. Don't live in it for a second. And then let their words ring to you, because there's something that person, be it a love that passed, or be it a relative, whoever it was to you, there's something their energy is trying to get you to understand that's really important, that can help you to move on, to transition. And you're fighting it because you feel like to cry or to feel a moment of sadness is a weakness. And this is from upbringing for a lot of you. This is something in upbringing where it's like, especially for this masculine energy, it's like, you don't cry. I hear someone telling you that, you don't cry. You little punk, you don't cry. I'm going to be blunt with you. For the rest of you, please forgive me. Fuck that person. Because no one else told you that before. People made excuses for whoever that is. I don't care who they are. I'm doing what the energy is giving me permission to do. That person that made you feel like releasing your emotions was toxic. That person that made you feel like standing in your truth and recognizing the power of who you are through also being vulnerable. Forget them. It's not about them. And no, you have the choice to say, I'm going to let that go. Let it go. Because the love that's coming in your life, this person is going to wrap you up in so much warmth, in so much care, that if you're not careful, you're mistaking that for something else, and you will be mean to them. You will lash out at them because your brain will tell you, I don't understand how you can be this nice. Nobody's that nice. Nobody gives that much. You will end up hurting someone that you love dearly. You've probably done this in the past, but that's the past. We're talking about right now. We're talking about what's coming in, what might already be around you. Again, a lot of y'all have relationships with people you were crushing on that you didn't talk to, and this is your chance to fix it. So if there's somebody who maybe you held back because you knew that about yourself, like, if I get with them, I might be mean, I might be ignorant. You have the power to change that. You are all of an adult. You are a divine soul. Stand in that energy. Just like I had to get on that divine feminine, I had to get on you. Please recognize your power. Please allow yourself to see the silver lining and all those things in the past. Even that person that made you feel like ish. I'm not going to say who they are. I'm seeing a couple of archetypes, but let me clarify, they're not that damn important. They're not important enough for me to waste my time tapping into that energy. They're not worth yours, so they're damn sure not worth mine. You dig what I'm saying? You're powerful, but be powerful enough to let those emotions go. Cry out what you need to. If this person makes you feel comfortable enough to go to them and say, my heart feels weak right now, and I got some shit I gotta get off my chest. Can I just cry with you? Can you just hold me? Then, man or not, let them do it. Let them hold you. I don't care if your person's another dude. I don't care if your person's effeminate. There is a masculine energy I'm picking up on, and it's a guy, because I'm hearing some of the things he was told, and he needed to hear this. If this is your person and you send them this video, it is what it is, but I had to get that out for y'all. It is time to move in a new direction, and it is time to move in a better light. And you all can resonate with that tarot card. The tarot card is pulled for the whole group, but these two individuals needed to hear that. Let's move on, darling. Let's move on. And we're moving on up to the east side, to the deluxe apartment in the sky. These songs are channeling. They have their meanings. They have their purpose. It's time for you to move up in a new direction with a new love, with a new hope. We're going to tap into V's Oracle right now for group 3. Whoop! Oh my gosh. Really, card? Really? Just going to fall on the floor? One card fell on the floor. If I move to pick it up, I will. If not, it'll just be on the floor. We have spoil the one you love and be spoiled by the one you love. Don't fight that. Miss Independent, Miss Hardhead, dude, you know, Miss Hardhead and Mr. Hardhead, don't fight loving on your person, and don't fight letting them love on you because you think that's weak, or I don't understand people who just like let their loved one spoil them. If you don't hush, 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 because you actually would enjoy that. To be honest, if we just keep it all the way 100, this would make you very happy. This isn't spoil in a rotten sense. This is, let me show you how much I actually care about you. Let me show you how special you are to me. If I look in a window and I see something that works for you, I'm going to get it. But please do not mistake this for just material love. I understand that some people think that like materialism is a part of their love language. Honestly, that's just conditioning to a degree. But sometimes people like to get gifts because it lets them know you thought of them. It's not always about the amount or the money spent on it. It's just that you thought of them. But there's other ways to express that. I'm feeling like this is a group that needs to look at love from a complete different perspective than what you're used to, honestly. Complete different perspective. What's the next thing for this group? We have... Ooh. Oh, show reciprocity to the one you love. Give on to them as they give on to you. Don't let the X get in the way, because I'm actually hearing Lauryn Hill, good Lord Mercury. Lauryn Hill's The X Factor. Care for me. I know you care for me, there for me, there for me. Said you'll be there for me, cry for me, cry for me. You said you'd die for me, give to me, give to me. Why won't you live for me, care, there, cry, give, yeah. Where were you when I needed you? I'm really trying not to get into that song like that because they're trying to make me really sing and I don't want to. But someone's X factor was, again, a part of why they act this way, as well as like for that masculine, I'm still picking up on. A lot of like people just filled your head with so much that it's something you have to get over. You're not used to someone necessarily giving back to you. For some of you, where you're the giver, you're not used to getting that same kind of energy reciprocated. So now you have to be open to that. You have to be open to get that type of love back and to show it, to let go of the past, move on, see the silver lining, and move in the new direction. Spoil the one you love. I'm gonna pause this for a second so I can pick up this card that fell on the floor. Okay, it went under the table, so I am a bit out of breath. And all the others, only 2 cards came out from this mix of V's decks that I had, and all of the cards are from this one particular, because these are 2 decks mixed together. We have sacrifice for the one you love. Are you willing to let go of the pain of the past? Are you willing to sacrifice the pains of the past for this person that you love? Because this individual is willing to do it for you. When I tell you this is somebody that will fight for you, somebody that will, it's not even just about fighting for you, because you're strong, you know how to be a warrior, masculine or feminine, but it's about this person loving you in a very intense way that you're not accustomed to. And it's about if you can be open to allow them to do that. So what are you willing to sacrifice for the one you love? And in this case, are you willing to sacrifice being too hard-headed, too stiff, too caught up in your own world to care, and again, it's nothing wrong with independence. It's the way you're doing it, and it's the purpose you're doing it for. It's not like it's for the genuine reason of I just have self-love and self-care. It's like I'm blocking other people out because I can't trust people, you know? I'm blocking out emotions because as a man, I can't show them these BS reasons. Are you willing to sacrifice that for this person? Because they're going to do it for you. This is a divine love, but it's a divine love that it's These are people who've been through some heaviness. There's a lot of heaviness in the heart for this group as we move to the end of this reading. And you got to let that go. Let it go. Let it go. The fact that Frozen channel. The fact that Frozen popped in. Like, which one of y'all is watching Frozen? Again, I did say some of you may have kids. So maybe your kids was just watching that. All right. Do you want to build a snowman? There's another version of that I hear every time I sing it, but Spirit said, stick to the original. So I'm going to stick to the original. Do you want to build a snowman? All right, what's the love language? We're using Divine Moon Empress deck. What'd I tell you? What'd I say? That's also the same image that's on this resin right here. What did it say? It says, I love you. This person is not going to be afraid to tell you that they love you. So why are you afraid to tell them? Don't fall on the floor. For the love of all, don't fall on the floor. Thank you. Sweet notes. I love you. I love you a latte. You or your person, when you are in lovey-dovey feelings, are really sweet. So these are the type of like love notes they might leave you. I love you a latte. I might make you a latte and then write in that latte that I love you a latte. Sweet kisses. Sweet kisses. Somebody, you know, with this beach, it just came with a feeling. And some of you could be, again, it doesn't matter what your person is. I picked up on a very distinct feminine in a feminine container and a very distinct masculine in a masculine container. Your counterparts can be whatever. Okay, they can be man, woman, whatever the case may be. But this sunset kisses is making me think of the sweetest kisses, and we have a lot of sweet cards that came out here. So somebody might have a sweet tooth, but also I just feel like, again, someone's lover is really sweet. Just ridiculously sweet. You might even find yourself going, oh my God, are you going to give me a cavity? Like, why are you this sweet? Why are you this sweet? Jeez, person. What's going on? Let it happen. I just heard that. Let it happen. There's an inside joke there for someone in this group. The beach is making me think of how some of you feel so cleansed when you're by water. Someone here could also be a water sign, but I feel like somebody just feels so cleansed and so good when they're by water. Well, that's how this person's energy makes you feel when they're in your presence, and even when they're not around. When you think of them, you just feel this like cooling effect come over you. We have, see? Love Confessions. We're using my deck, Love Confessions, Cyber Edition. I didn't have a right to say the things I said to you. I'm sorry. Remember what I said about someone being mean to the person they cared about? Because they're so guarded. So guarded, right? Okay. And then we have, I don't know what love is. Can you show me? And I feel like for some of y'all, these are your confessions that you need to make to this person. Again, take what resonates. This could also, all of what I channel can be for someone you know. You might feel compelled to send them this video. But someone here has an apology that they need to make because the person that loves them is so damn sweet. And for someone else, it's, I don't really know what love is because I've been so resistant to it, or I've just never had it. So bear with me as I learn it. This could be your energy. This could be their energy. Take what resonates for you. Let's hop into the charms, baby. See what charms we get. A lot of I have like 3 bags of charms here, and I've only been led to like this one particular bag once. I'm trying to see if it's gonna channel again, but we'll see. So far I've been led to different charms. We have Barbie. Somebody's a Barbie or into Barbie. Your person might see you as a Barbie doll, like, oh my God, you're so precious, like a Barbie doll, oh my gosh. You could be someone's kin. There isn't a charm in here that says kin. However, another friend that's participating in this, she calls the person on this card Rai kin. So someone might see you as their kin, whether you have a fit physique or not. It's just that they think that you're that hot. And you think someone is as hot as a Barbie. Also, I feel like someone is spoiled energy. They're used to, not necessarily in love, but you're kind of used to getting your way when you want it. Somebody wants a bite of the cookie. Again, this, look, sweet as cake. Sweet as cake. This cake is diverse. It has a lot of colors. So your person might be from a different cultural background than you, or a different country. We have shades, but I'm not getting rose-colored glasses. I'm getting someone that puts on a cool front a lot of times, or comes off really cool. It's not always a front, but every now and then, like, they might be really into you, and they're like, I mean, I dig you, you's alright. But really, they're like, oh my God, you're so fine. Could be your energy, could be their energy. With that cookie, I just heard, can I have a bite out of your cookie? So there's a jokester in this group as well. Somebody who likes jokes. Spirit with, oh, okay. Another set of charms. Do you believe in love and the promise that it gives? I wanna love you for life. Dun 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 dun. Okay, yeah, someone thinks you real fine when you're in your natural, no makeup or no really, like, again, I get the feeling somebody got this cool vibe. So maybe you have like a really cool swag to you. But whether you're made up or not, this person enjoys you. You also make someone blush, or they make you blush, because it's more so the blush that's standing out to me here, like rosy cheeks. Maybe rosy cheeks is something about you guys. Also, we have these two of cups energy coming in here, like two partners that just make sense to each other. It's a lot of love and a lot of I love you. The person wants to love you in all the colors that you are, because I'm hearing colors of the wind. That's what, two Disney references here right now. So Disney could be really important to somebody in this group. Disney has a meaning. 2 Disney songs channel, but I'm hearing, can you see with all the colors of the wind? Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue? Yeah, I'm hearing like the whole thing, but I'm trying not to I'm trying not to go into too many songs here. They've had me singing all these readings. They love all the colors of you, all the shades of you, everything about you, from just on a soul level. They're having a hard time putting things in the words of how much they care about you. And maybe this is your energy as well. Let yourself be open to this person. You're going to know this energy. They make you blush. You make them blush. You love all the different shades of their personality and who they are, and the gradients. I always talk to you guys about the gradients. I'm not seeing harsh lines here. I'm seeing beautiful transitions. And that's really important to note here. And with this, I feel like somebody likes wine as well. For those of you who are like, I don't drink alcohol, they have non-alcohol wines as well. But I just feel like someone likes to drink out of wine glasses, or they like to drink wine. This is 2 of Cups energy. This is a divine connection. A lot of love here. You just got to be open to accept it. Had to get on y'all a little bit, but it is what it is, darling. And I'm actually feeling moved, especially with all the Disney references, to get into the other reader. Nelsa from Fairytales and Cocktails. This is her deck. My fairy tale is real. And throughout the readings, in case you checked the other ones, I've put the names across the screen of who's participating. Check out their messages. Things here from them may resonate with you. Fairy tales might be a part of this connection. You might have not believed fairy tales were real until this person came around. Let's pull a card. Woo! Okay, group 3. Y'all pulled 3 cards. Everybody else got 1, but y'all were like, I'm going to get 3. I dreamed of you last night. This is a love that you dreamed of. You've dreamed this person into existence. Oh my God, rise to the challenge. Sacrifices. What are you willing to give for this love? What are you willing to be vulnerable for? And I trust you. This person's like, I know you've been through a lot, but I trust you, and I pray that you trust me. Can we just trust we? We can't trust nobody else in the world. Can we trust each other? Group 3, your reading. Whoo, child. You may resonate with some of the others here. Check them out if you do. Please also check out the lovely people who are collaborating in this message, who I've mentioned in the beginning, and I've slid their names up and down the screen somewhere here. I have to check out of this energy now, my loves. I wish you all the best. I pray that you found what you needed here. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.